Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day. Authorities say 4 people were found dead in 2 burning homes in a small community in northeastern Nebraska. The town of Laurel is just 40 miles south of Vermilion and about an hour west of Sioux City. Firefighters responding to a call Thursday morning for an explosion and fire at one of the homes found the body of a person inside. 3 other bodies were found in the other burning home a short time later.
A neighbor near one of the houses says he looked outside of his window and saw a woman leaving. Moments later, he saw her fall to the ground.
I was getting up for work about 3 a.m. and just happened to look out the window. Saw the neighbor lady taking off for a run and somebody shot her. Usually the lady sits out there and has a cigarette in the morning, and I thought that's what she was doing until I heard the gunshot. Thought I was dreaming.
Authorities say a man was seen driving away from the city before the bodies were discovered and that investigators would like to speak to him.
The Rapid City Police Department is currently seeking the public's help to locate 11-year-old Xavier White Whirlwind. Police have checked numerous locations since he was reported missing at 8 o'clock last night. He was last seen at around 3 a.m. in the unit block of East Signal Drive wearing a black sweater, black jeans, and black skater shoes. Anyone with information about his whereabouts should contact Rapid City Police.
With the general election 3 months away, South Dakota's gubernatorial race is heating up with new political ads. Last week, candidate Jamie Smith launched an ad focusing on Governor Noem's travels and alleged presidential aspirations. A few days later, the Noem campaign launched this website attacking Smith's support of President Biden and F rating from the NRA. Digital reporter Jasmine Jackson spoke with both campaigns about why they chose to launch the ads. That's with this KELOLAND.com original right here online.
Dr. Charles Chima, the director of Sioux Falls Public Health, says the public needs to be cautious but not afraid of monkeypox. The cases could increase in South Dakota, and it's important that people pay attention to symptoms.
You have symptoms, so flu-like symptoms with a rash, then please see a doctor. That is the best thing we can do to see that we connect with the public health system and get tested and confirm whether or not you have monkeypox.
Chima shares more about monkeypox in a KELOLAND.com original story by Ray Yost.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Approaching triple digits for the heat again today, Brian.
Yep, and I think in some cases surpassing the century mark as we look at Chamberlain, Oklahoma this morning. We've had some local thunderstorms there, but these clouds are kind of diminishing a little bit. Kind of an interesting skyline, though, and certainly you can always take a look at that with our live cam network here at KELOLAND.com. Some of those thunderstorms yesterday in the past 24 hours producing some nicer rains there in the south central. That hopefully is a good signal of what's coming when we've been able to generate already over an inch of rain in parts of western Tripp County, the southern part of the county as well, and even over there into Todd County and adjacent areas into Nebraska. Now today we got a lot of heat, and of course with that, that recent rain's going to evaporate somewhat, and then it's just going to add to the humidity. So we have heat index values well over 100 and an excessive heat warning for the area shaded in purple. So be extra careful. Pace yourself in the heat, as we always talk about. 95 Sioux Falls today. South winds pick up speed in addition to all the heat. We'll take a look at this rain chance for the weekend coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Brian. Gas prices are starting to lower in South Dakota, offering some relief to drivers. A month ago, the average gas price in South Dakota was at $4.69. Now it's down to $4.12. But here in Sioux Falls, you can find gas for as low as $3.94. That could mean relief for families planning last-minute summer vacations.
And that's what's good about it. You know, they're getting out and they're getting to travel, because we've been down with COVID for 2 years, and then the gas prices excelled. So now you're getting a chance to finally get out and do some traveling, and that's good.
1 year ago, the average gas price was at $3.16, according to AAA. And those lower gas prices just in time for the Sturgis motorcycle rally. Like many people in the Black Hills over the next 10 days, Hill City is hosting live music, events, and rides for the 82nd annual rally. With hundreds of thousands of people riding through the area, it's important to drive cautiously.
We're going to ride around and see what we can see. We want to get to definitely do wildlife loop, do Iron Mountain Highway, go to Keystone, get up through Rapid City, go to Deadwood, over through Lead. You know, there are a lot of really cool western towns around here.
The Sturgis Motorcycle Rally starts this afternoon at Rally Point and runs through Sunday, August 14th.
Anyone can create a safe area for pollinators. Cisa Cooper has spent the past 5 years turning her yard into a giant pollinator garden. The area consists of native flowers and areas with water, creating the ideal space for butterflies, bees, and other insects. She offers advice to those looking to start their own pollinator garden.
Do a little bit of research. Note where your sunrise and sunset is and how it's going to hit your yard, especially during the summer. And look for those sunny areas. Most pollinators need a lot of sun, at least 4 to 6 hours a day.
She said she did a lot of trial and error to find out what plants did the best in her yard. Now 100% of her yard is covered in plants. Let's look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather today, obviously hot weather. One of the big topics here in the next few hours, we have all those heat headlines west of Sioux Falls, hourly temperatures surpassing 100 in places like Winter, Chamberlain, and probably up to Mobridge as well. Now, on radar, not necessarily a whole lot yet by late afternoon, but I would expect to watch some storms flaring up probably around the dinner hour or shortly thereafter in south central South Dakota. And there should be additional activity along or near the front, kind of drawing that diagonal up toward Miller. Huron will incorporate Aberdeen, maybe Sisseton. In fact, severe weather is actually a little more likely late this evening up in that far northeastern tip of KELOLAND. Additional showers out west, but your main action's probably near that front. Now, most of that hangs up northwest of Sioux Falls through Saturday morning, but then we get to watch and see if we can regenerate these storms in the afternoon. And there's that line that should occur and then likely sink slowly to the south. So you've got action there on radar from Minneapolis, St. Paul through Sioux Falls and then connecting the dots into northeast Nebraska. Any of these thunderstorms can produce locally heavy rain. So that's just a matter of seeing how many of these kind of group together. Obviously, there's quite a bit on radar. That's the initial push on Saturday night. Now, beyond that, into the overnight period, there should be additional rain organizing out in the Black Hills. You can see that's a separate item here on Futurecast. And what we see here is that this develops a little better during the overnight period. So this is an opportunity to add in some additional rain there as we finish this thing out into Sunday morning. So keep an eye on that. That third component, we still have some new things to analyze about where exactly this is going to be on the maps, but I think when it's all said and done, there are going to be some rainfall amounts that are going to be pretty hefty. In fact, it looks to me like now the odds are there are going to be some 2- and 3-inch rains with some of these storms in southwest Minnesota. I would say in South Dakota, too, there will be some locally heavy rain. The problem is we're coming through a drought period, and obviously there's quite a bit of pressure on, if we can get some rain into the areas that need it the most. I'm just telling you, this is just a raw output on the European model. It's giving us some clues about that, but I expect that some of these local numbers will be significantly higher, and obviously those that miss the rain, you'll be a little lower on that category. But this system should be a little more widespread than some of these other events the last 2, 3, 4 weeks that we've had. Now, the end result, once we get all this weather to push through, it's going to cool us down. 70s Sunday, Monday. We're going to moderate again. We'll get some heat next week, but it'll wait until the middle to end part of the week again. Aberdeen also will get a good chance of rain. I expect the next 24 to 36 hours. These highs, by the way, they're in the 70s, and even out in Pierre, where we've had a lot of heat lately, we're going to get a break, and that will be helpful for many of us, although I wish it could last longer because 90s are back by the middle part of the week. Rapid City also will be heating up as we get beyond this initial cold front. Check out the latest details, a lot of those, online at KELOLAND.com.